It's time now for the big story, and in what has been another tough week for Prince Harry, a top High Court judge has thrown out the Prince's phone hacking claim against the Sun newspaper, blasting his inconsistent factual case and the Prince's lack of credibility. To add to his woes, after being dumped by podcast giant Spotify, a source told the Sun newspaper there's a feeling that Harry is spiralling out of control and is not at all well. The source goes on to add members of his family are worried about how he's coping and his obsession with having legal battles. So, is Britain's prodigal prince on the brink? Let's ask socialite and top royal insider, Lady Victoria Hervey. Victoria, the judge has torn apart Harry's testimony. This is an unprecedented position to be in as a member of the royal family, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, the fact that there is going to still be a trial, though, in January, not the full thing has been thrown out. The part of the actual phone hacking, that bit is gone. But there's still, like, his claims of, interception or blagging or ways that they might have illegally got some of the stories between the 90s and 2016.
Well, indeed. So, I mean, it's not a good look, is it, for a member of the royal family, the King's son, to be exposed to not just this level of scrutiny, but this level of ridicule, Victoria. It's embarrassing.
I know, you know what, it is embarrassing, and you're right. It is almost like he has an addiction for suing people and going to court, and it's like it's attention seeking that he's got this addiction for. And the more he seems to go to therapy, the worse it's getting. I don't think it's helping anything, like all these therapy sessions that he's having.
No.
I mean, that's going to be pretty mega. The fact that, the King's son is going to be at trial in January. So, yeah, I think the world will be watching.
Well, I take your point about endless therapy. You escaped all of that bollocks when you left Los Angeles.
I did.
It's great to have you back in the relative sanity of the United Kingdom.
Thank you.
What's your Victoria? What's your appraisal of Harry's mental health at the moment? Just looking at the body language, looking at his comments. Is he a well bunny? Is he a happy bunny?
No, I really hope that some of his close friends are having an intervention on him and have gone out to LA and been seeing him and spending time with him and trying to talk some sense into him. I think he probably feels very alone. From reports that I've heard, they're not getting on, him and Meghan aren't getting on very well. And I think that if she's not going to be there supporting him throughout this trial in January, I think he's going to find it really hard to do this alone.
Well, indeed. So it's interesting that you've picked up there on rumours that their relationship is perhaps under pressure. Look, marriage is not an easy thing. Ask Mrs. Dolan, who is long-suffering, let me tell you, Victoria. But
sure.
Do you think that Meghan is supportive of these court cases, this litigation, or does this come from Harry, do you think?
She seems to distance herself whenever he is going through court. Like the last time he was in London, he was here clearly like on his own. And I can't see her being by his side when he has to go back to court again. That's just not going to happen.
Victoria, we wish him well, don't we? I know you wish Harry well. I wish him well.
Yeah, but I do. I think, for the children's sake, I really hope that they figure this out, because they will be the ones to suffer.
How bad could it get for Harry? Do we have to really worry about his well-being?
Look, I no. I mean, I think he is, obviously he's not very mentally strong, but I think he will get through this, and hopefully his friends will be very supportive of him, although he hasn't been that supportive of his old friends. But I think people need to realize that he is in a fragile position at the moment, and he will need all that support, especially if the marriage is not doing well.
Victoria, a lot of court cases that cost money. They've got security. They've got a Montecito mansion with a pool, and we're told 16 bathrooms. They have an expensive lifestyle. They have lost the Spotify deal, which was worth millions. The Netflix deal has got a big question mark hanging over it. Could this couple run out of money?
No, to be honest, like, sure, they're losing deals left and right, but I don't think they're going to run out of money. They're still going to be totally fine. Like, look at his book sales. He's obviously made a lot of money from that. He's made a lot of money from Netflix. Even if Netflix doesn't pay him the rest, I think they will be all right. But obviously, they do have a very extravagant lifestyle, and that costs a lot of money. When you're having that amount of staff and houses and things, it adds up.
Victoria, great to have you back on the show. Have a brilliant weekend. We'll speak soon.
Good to see you.